Good day, merry meet. My name is Glynis and I am the Witch of Whitetail Hollow. I want to welcome you to my channel and I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. It is just such a pleasure to be here and I am so thrilled to share 3 more essential oil recipes specifically geared towards Mabon. And I don't know how you celebrate Mabon, but these are the ones that I use when I go into ritual, when I want to make spiritual connections, either with my spirit guides, my ancestors, whoever. These are my go-to oils. And then there's a couple of little extra things that I add to it just to kind of, you guys know, I'd like to kick it up a little bit of a notch. And I just want to absolutely make certain to cover my bases, so to speak, with these oils. But the first one I'm going to start with, I'm going to go through these as quickly as possible. The first oil that I'm going to start with is my God oil. And that's pretty much self-explanatory because we all know Mabon, what Mabon's all about. Not only balance, but to celebrate our God. And so, but as far as my God oil is concerned, I use, again, and it's disappeared. It's disappeared. Oh. Anyway, I use my 1 ounce of carrier oil. I'm using grapeseed for all of these oils, but again, use what you have. There's no right, there's no wrong here. 1 drop cinnamon, 8 drops of frankincense, and 3 drops of oil. And this is for my God oil. When I go into ritual, use my ritual oil, I use my God oil and present my offerings and go into ritual this way. Now, the next oil that I'm going to give you is for spirit. This is, again, this is to connect, if you want to connect with your ancestors during this time, your spirit guide, your deities, whoever it is, whatever it is that you're working with. And I know it may sound disrespectful when I say whatever it is, because in my mind, you may think of something as a, whatever, a thing, an it, a demon, whatever. But to me, these are nothing more than people wandering about. So to me, they're all not the same, because it's impossible to compare a demon to a fae, to a spirit guide. I mean, they're also incredibly different, but to me, the way I see them, I visualize them are as people. So, but for my spirit oil, again, 1 ounce carrier oil, 3 drops rosemary, 3 drops frankincense, 2 drops of pine, 2 drops of juniper. If you don't have juniper, like I looked all over, I couldn't find any juniper here. I have juniper berries here. I think you can see. Anyway, and I'm going to be using juniper berries. That's totally fine. And 1 drop of sandalwood. Now, where I make this a little bit kind of go beyond that is, and that's one reason why I love these little chip bottles, these little gem chip bottles, because I can, not only for the oils that I sell, of course, but instead of just having a big, and I guess you could, if you have a very large moonstone, you could charge it on or near it, but I prefer to use smaller chips right inside my oil. And for this particular spirit oil, I'm using Moonstone, and Moonstone is for intuition. So that's to gear up your intuition, so you will pick up on not only who is about, but maybe why they're there, and different things like that. So anytime you want to gear up your intuition, you want to pick up Moonstone and use Moonstone. Now, I have a psychic oil that I use this time of the year. And again, 1 ounce of the carrier oil, 3 drops of Ylang Ylang, 4 drops of jasmine, 2 drops of lemon, 5 drops of chamomile, and I use, and I'm trying to find it, and now I can't find it. I seem to be doing that lately, but I will get 1 seashell and I will crush it, and the purpose for, and add it to the oil, and the purpose that I do this for is, to me, now I use seashells for various different reasons, but in this particular instance, I'm using a seashell to bring excuse me, messages in, and that's what I'm using this crushed seashell for in this psychic oil, and that's to bring messages in, and maybe take some out too, to whomever is in my space, in my sacred space. I'm actually adding to this one citrine chips as well, and citrine is very, very good as far as the small chips are concerned in oils and, you know, different things that you use for manifestation. And this is, citrine is absolutely my go-to for manifestation. I actually have a very, very large citrine in my sacred space. And again, that's strictly for manifestation, because you guys know I'm not very shy about bringing spirits in and conversing with them and having them bring me messages and having messages go out, because I like some messages to go out and I need for some messages to go out. Especially, I find citrine very good for astral traveling, and I don't do that very, very often. Although I enjoy it, I happen to really enjoy it because I get to speak with different people, and sometimes I don't speak with them, and sometimes I just go and observe, and I look, and I see, okay, there's nothing happening with this particular person, and I can go back to someone and say, you know, and give them basically kind of a report. But then there are some instances where I do love to astral travel, and I get to speak, not like I'm speaking here, but in, you know, in a strange kind of way, and I can, you know, just kind of read that particular spirit and know what's going on as it relates maybe to someone who is living. And so that helps tremendously, tremendously. So it's actually a lot of fun, but I don't do it very often. So, but I hope that you guys, since my last video, have maybe gotten re-energized and ready to start celebrating the season, and ready to let go of some of maybe the magic that you've pent up inside of yourself. And I hope that you haven't, but if you have, because all of us have been in certain phases of weariness, and I would like to say that it's going to get better. I don't know, but the bottom line is we've got to keep moving forward and enjoy everything that we have presented in front of us, and have a joyful heart and help one another. And I hope that I have inspired you to do so. I hope you join me on Friday. I'm going to do something very, very special. It's kind of a surprise. It's something, it's love work. I'll put it to you that way. It's love work, but with several different aspects mixed in with it. It's something you know what, I honestly haven't researched it, but it is something that makes sense to me as far as doing kind of like a jar spell is concerned, but it's going to be in a little bit of a different way. And you guys know I'm not going to keep it normal or typical or any kind of way. And I'm going to put it together and I'm going to throw it out there and basically see where it lands. It's going to be wonderful. All I can say is it's going to be just a wonderfully beautiful experience and a little lanyap. I hope that you guys have a wonderful, awesome rest of the day. I want to thank you again for joining me. And if there's anything you guys need to know, drop me a line below or a suggestion, whatever. You guys know I just absolutely love hearing from you. Merry part, and I hope to merry meet again. Goodbye, guys.